Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today, we're looking at an upcoming earnings report that could really signal some significant market moves. We're talking about UiPath and their Q2 2026 results. We'll be breaking down, all the key details, analyst expectations, past performance, what might influence the stock. And hey, before we jump in, if you find this kind of analysis valuable, please do think about subscribing, liking, maybe leaving us a comment. It really does help us bring you more content like this.
Yeah, and if you enjoy what we do, you can always support us by buying us a coffee. Plus, if there's a specific company you'd like us to analyze, just drop it in the comments below. We definitely look at those suggestions. Okay, so let's get into it. UiPath, big player in robotic process automation, right? Gearing up for Q2 2026 earnings. What's the immediate rundown here? What should we look out for first?
Well, the first thing really is the timing, September 4th, 2025, but it's after market close.
Okay, after hours.
Exactly. And that's crucial because, any big news, any surprise hits when the market's shut. That can lead to a pretty noticeable price gap when trading opens the next day.
Right, you could see a jump or a drop right at the bell. So definitely something to be aware of if you're holding the stock or thinking of trading it around the event.
Absolutely. Now, thinking about what analysts expect, the consensus estimate for EPS, earnings per share, for Q2 26 is sitting at $0.08.
8 cents. Okay, 8 cents. What about revenue?
Specific Q2 revenue numbers aren't as widely published yet, but last quarter they did about $356 million. So the baseline expectation is, continued growth from there.
Makes sense.
And it's worth mentioning the whisper number, while there isn't an official one out there.
Right, that sort of unofficial street guess.
Yeah. Historically, for companies like this, it often creeps up maybe 1 or 2 cents above the official consensus. So while 8 cents is the target, some traders might be quietly thinking 9, maybe even 10 cents.
Okay, so expectations are around 8 cents, maybe a bit higher unofficially, reports after hours. But UiPath, they've kind of built a reputation for surprising, haven't they? What's their actual track record look like?
That's a really good point. Their recent history is pretty impressive on that front. They've had positive earnings surprises for the last 4 reported quarters.
4 in a row.
4 in a row. So for instance, back on May 29th, 2025, they reported 11 cents EPS when the estimate was 10 cents, a 1 cent beat.
Okay.
But go back to March 12th, 2025, they delivered $3.26 versus a 19 cent estimate. That's a 7 cent beat.
Yeah.
Pretty substantial.
Wow, yeah, that is significant.
Right. And while we don't have the specific details for the 2 quarters before that right here, the overall trend is clearly positive for beating EPS estimates. It suggests they're either guiding conservatively or, executing really well.
That's quite a streak. Definitely builds some confidence, doesn't it? But, past performance isn't everything, and sometimes a beat is already baked into the price. So what happens to the stock after these reports? Do the beats reliably lead to gains?
Yeah, looking at the market reaction, UiPath stock historically makes some pretty significant moves post-earnings, often, like we said, with those price gaps.
Big jumps or drops?
Exactly. We don't have the exact percentages for the very latest reactions here, but the implied volatility, what the options market expects around these reports, is usually quite high. It strongly suggests traders should be ready for a pronounced move.
And typically in the direction of the surprise. Beat means up, miss means down.
Generally, yes, that tends to be the pattern. It means these reports really matter. They're often key moments for the stock's direction in the short term. It's not a stock that tends to just shrug off its earnings.
Okay, so we need to look beyond just the headline EPS beat or miss. What about the underlying metrics? What trends have been driving UiPath's performance lately, especially thinking about it as a SaaS company?
Right. Digging a bit deeper, revenue growth last quarter was 6.4% year over year. Not explosive, but positive. And as we just covered, EPS has been trending up with those strong beats, indicating improving profitability. Management's also mentioned improving operating leverage before.
That's key for a SaaS model, right? Getting more efficient as they grow.
Absolutely. It means they're scaling effectively, revenue growing faster than costs. That points towards better margins down the line, which investors love to see. Even if the granular margin trends aren't in these specific findings, that mention is positive.
And annual recurring revenue, ARR, that's usually huge for these guys.
Exactly. We should definitely keep an eye out for commentary on ARR growth. That's often seen as the real health indicator for a subscription business.
Okay, so consistent beats, improving leverage, positive underlying trends. But each quarter is different. What was the story for Q2 specifically? Any major announcements, acquisitions, product launches, anything unusual happening?
Well, what's interesting here is there really wasn't much. The search results, the data we have, don't point to any huge product launches, major M&A activity, or significant disruptions specifically for this quarter.
So kind of a quiet period from a news perspective.
Pretty much, yeah. And what that often means is the focus will be squarely on the financial numbers themselves. There's no big narrative, no major event to sort of color the results.
Which could amplify the reaction to the numbers, good or bad.
Could definitely do that, yes. It puts their execution right under the microscope. It's purely about hitting or missing those financial targets.
But you can't look at a company in a vacuum, right? Even with a quiet internal quarter, what about the bigger picture? Sector trends, the macro environment. How does that play into UiPath?
Oh, absolutely. The broader context is always critical. Look, the themes of digital transformation, automation, AI, they're still very strong tailwinds for enterprise software. That's good for UiPath.
And companies still need automation.
Exactly. However, the wider tech sector has seen some renewed choppiness lately. Interest rate worries, some profit taking, that's created volatility. But the automation space, where UiPath sits, tends to be a bit more resilient to these macro headwinds. Why? Because companies often turn to automation to cut costs and boost efficiency, especially when times are tough.
Ah, interesting. So economic uncertainty could actually be a driver for them, in a way.
It can be, yes. An analyst commentary on UiPath seems to reflect that it remains modestly positive, no widespread downgrades, and generally, expectations are for results to improve over the next year. So while general tech might feel pressure, UiPath's niche offers some insulation.
That resilience is definitely encouraging. Okay, what about the stock's behavior leading into this report? The technical setup. Was it running up, selling off? And importantly, what's the options market signaling about the expected move?
Good question. Leading into earnings, the stock closed at $11.14. It was actually up about 2.25% on that particular day.
Okay.
But there wasn't a big multi-day run-up or a sharp sell-off beforehand, which often suggests, a more neutral to slightly positive sentiment going in. No extreme panic or euphoria.
And the options market. Calls versus puts. Implied volatility.
Well, specific call-put ratios aren't detailed here, but typically before UiPath earnings, you see pretty balanced activity, maybe slightly more calls, just driven by people wanting to play the event itself.
Right, event-driven trading.
Exactly. But the key thing is implied volatility. It's usually significant for UiPath around earnings. Historically, the options market prices in an expected move up or down somewhere between 8% and 12%.
8 to 12%, that's a pretty wide range.
It is. It tells you the market is bracing for a substantial swing, regardless of direction. It's definitely not expecting a quiet reaction. Anyone trading options needs to be aware of that expected move baked into the prices.
Yeah, ignoring implied volatility can be a painful lesson. So let's tie this all together. We've got the history of beats, the quiet quarter, sector resilience, but macro concerns, and this high implied volatility. What are the potential scenarios here? What makes for a bullish case versus a bearish one?
Okay, so a bullish scenario looks like this. A strong beat on both revenue and EPS, not just meeting, but clearly exceeding those $0.08 EPS and implied revenue estimates.
Needs the double bait.
Preferably, yes. And crucially, coupled with raised full-year guidance, they need to signal confidence about the rest of the year. Clear evidence of expanding customer count, especially large enterprise customers, would also be very positive.
What about commentary?
Right. Positive commentary on things like enterprise adoption trends, maybe traction for their newer AI-related products, or those improving margins we talked about, that kind of qualitative color, can really amplify the positive reaction, could trigger a solid rally.
Okay, that's the bull case. What about the flip side? What does a bearish outcome look like?
Bearish case. A miss on either revenue or EPS. Or even if they meet current quarter expectations, a downgrade in future guidance for revenue or EPS would be bad news.
Guidance is key.
Absolutely. And this would be particularly concerning if it comes alongside signs that annual recurring revenue growth is slowing down.
The ARR again.
Yes. For a SaaS company like UiPath, slowing ARR growth is a major red flag. Investors watch that like a hawk, sometimes even more than the quarterly EPS beat or miss. It speaks to the sustainability of the business model.
Makes sense.
And then, any commentary suggesting macro headwinds are finally biting harder than expected, or that they're struggling to win those big deals, that would definitely fuel a sell-off. Management's tone on the call would be critical here.
Got it. Okay, so putting it all together, the history, the quarter, the tech setup, these potential scenarios, what's the overall sort of leaning or sentiment heading into this report, and maybe some strategy thoughts for people watching the stock?
I'd say the overall leaning is maybe neutral to slightly bullish, leaning slightly positive.
Okay. Why?
Well, that positive track record of beating estimates is hard to ignore. It creates a bias towards expecting another positive surprise, and the resilience of the automation sector provides some support. Companies still need this tech.
That's always a but.
But the broader macro uncertainty in tech, valuation concerns that might linger, and the fact that growth hasn't been, absolutely explosive recently, that stops it from being the strongly bullish call. It tempers the enthusiasm a bit.
So on a confidence scale, maybe?
Yeah, if you force me, maybe a 6 out of 10. The consistent beats push it above neutral, but the macro picture and maybe unexciting recent guidance trends keep it from being, say, an 8 or 9.
Okay, a cautious 6. So, strategy and considerations. How might someone approach this?
Depends heavily on risk tolerance, of course. If you're risk averse, the simplest thing might be to just sit it out. Don't hold common stock through the earnings volatility, or use defined risk options, like a vertical spread, to limit your potential loss if you do want exposure.
And for those more comfortable with risk.
Well, given the high implied volatility and the history of sharp moves, and at-the-money straddle buying both a call and a put could be interesting. It plays the magnitude of the move, not the direction.
Betting on a big swing either way.
Exactly. If you do have a directional bias, maybe bullish because of the beat history, perhaps an out-of-the-money call spread could offer a decent risk-reward setup, leveraging that high implied vol.
And if you already own the stock.
If you're holding existing shares, definitely consider your risk management. Maybe a tight stop-loss order just below a key support level, or potentially hedging part of your position with puts through the announcement. Protect your downside.
Right. Lots of ways to approach it depending on your view and risk appetite. So, as UiPath gets ready to report Q2 2026, definitely a lot of moving parts. Historical beats, the sector trends, that implied volatility, it's certainly one to watch closely. What really stands out to you the most from all this? Is it the consistent beats, the potential impact of that quiet quarter, or maybe the resilience factor? Lots to think about. Thank you for joining us for this analysis. And remember, please do like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts, or suggest another company for us to look at next time.
Yeah, maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. When you look at a stock like UiPath, with its history of beating estimates, but also making these big post-earnings moves, how do you balance that historical performance against the current sector trends and the macro picture in your own decision? Something to mull over as you watch the report unfold.